Is this major mainstream star heading to WWE? And we have a huge update on this injured former champion. But first, we have some big stories from this past weekend, starting with the potential return of an AEW star. Ever since the Blood and Guts match of June 2022, former Inner Circle member and one half of Proud and Powerful, Santana, has been absent from AEW television, having suffered from a leg injury during the match. This was later followed by a statement from Tony Khan, who revealed that Santana was looking at a long recovery time. Over the past few weeks, Santana has been dropping several cryptic tweets, one of which included a date, that being June 9th, which lined up with last Friday. On that day, he would post part 2 of a video series named The Reconstruction, highlighting the Recon in Puerto Rican, with him being shown traveling across New York on the subway system before arriving at what appears to be a high school gymnasium. The video appears to be teasing some form of comeback to wrestling, whether it be inside All Elite Wrestling or elsewhere. Whilst it's possible that his AEW contract has expired, something that's been reported to be happening this year, it's also very possible that his deal has been extended due to time missed with injury, with an appearance at this Saturday's debut episode of Collision a very real possibility. And speaking of Collision, the show will soon debut on the TNT network in the United States, with the first episode set to air live from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois on June 17th. With that said, fans outside of America have been somewhat left in the dark over how they can watch the new show, something that changed this past weekend. AEW Collision has now been added to the AEW Plus streaming service, which is available through Fight, which also features every live episode of AEW Rampage and Dynamite, as well as the complete catalogue of both shows. This also means that every episode of Collision will be available on demand and live, all ad-free. This means that if you're located in one of the qualifying countries, you can sign up to AEW Plus using the link in the description below, using our Fight affiliate link, where you can sign up for the service for just $6.99. There is also a 7-day free trial if you just want to try it out. As well as this, if you are based in the USA and you want to access AEW Plus, you can do so by signing up to NordVPN using our other affiliate link below, and you can set your location to one of the qualifying countries and access the entire AEW television library without jumping on a plane to do so. So head down to the description, check out NordVPN and AEW Plus, the perfect combo for every AEW fan. This past Friday on SmackDown, WWE would introduce yet another championship belt, this time replacing the WWE Raw Women's title. Current champion Asuka would be awarded the new strap by authority figure Adam Pearce, with the new design holding a striking resemblance to the new undisputed WWE Universal Championship that was recently presented to Roman Reigns, this time with a white strap. The ceremony left fans somewhat confused by the name of the belt, which was introduced as the WWE Women's Championship, this despite the belt itself stating that it is the undisputed women's title. Of course, Asuka isn't the only women's champion in the company right now, as Rhea Ripley is the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, with her currently sitting on the Raw brand following the draft. Fightful Select would provide an update on the situation, revealing that we can expect an adjustment to Ripley's title in the near future too, and they would write, "The name of the title belt was changed, with a WWE source confirming the obvious, that it was to clean up the Raw/SmackDown Championship situation that was muddied due to the draft." They also said that they wanted Asuka's title to look like Reigns' to help portray it on an even plane, as has been the case for the past several years. We're told that Rhea Ripley's championship will be receiving some other sort of adjustments as well, either in name or appearance. The report also revealed that the use of the word undisputed has led to some frustration within the company, this due to Asuka not being the only women's champion and Roman Reigns not being the only men's world champion following the introduction of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Fightful would add, "One point of frustration we heard from WWE sources was a simple misuse of the term undisputed in 2 cases. Roman Reigns' title is being referred to as an undisputed title despite Seth Rollins being a world champion. Asuka's new championship has undisputed on the front of it, despite Rhea Ripley also being a women's champion. One higher up in WWE said that's admittedly confusing. I don't know why there is an insistence on doing that, and a lot of people have brought that up, and it's been dismissed." In other WWE Championship news, it was also confirmed on SmackDown that the WWE Women's Tag and the NXT Women's Tag Team titles will soon be unified, with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler set to battle Isla Dawn and Alba Fire on the June 23rd edition of the Blue Brand, which confirms a report that we covered last week from fightfans.co.uk that revealed talks have been held within WWE to unify the belts. And speaking of championships, let's now turn our attention to Impact Wrestling, where two major title changes took place this past weekend. On Friday night, Impact would hold their Against All Odds pay-per-view from Columbus, Ohio, with both members of the popular Motor City Machine Guns competing for singles gold. Former Impact World Champion Chris Sabin would find himself across the ring from X Division Champion Trey Miguel, with his eye on winning his 9th ever X Division title. In the end, a new champion was crowned after Sabin dropped his opponent with a cradle shock from the second rope to score the 1-2-3. The win brings an end to Miguel's 203-day reign with the belt, a reign that began in November 2022. In the main event of the show, Chris's tag team partner Alex Shelley would challenge Impact World Champion Steve Macklin, who has held the belt for just over 50 days at the time of the show. However, once again, a new champion was crowned after Macklin exposed the steel turnbuckle, a move which backfired when Shelley turned the tables, sending the champion into the metal before a shell shock allowed him to gain the pinfall win. The win earns Alex Shelley his first ever Impact World Championship, this despite making his debut in the company in 2004 during the company's run as TNA Wrestling. His patience has certainly now paid off, with him now on top of the Impact food chain. But what do you make of the new champions in Impact Wrestling? Let me know in the comments down below. Next, we have a follow-up story from last week where we reported on an interview with UFC double champion Amanda Nunes, who revealed to the New York Post that she was open to a move to WWE under the right circumstances. The comments would happen prior to her bantamweight championship defense at last night's UFC 289 event against Irene Aldana. While the dominant champion would retain her title to remain as the double champion of the UFC women's division, this before she made a shock announcement. After the fight, Nunes would reveal that she is now retired from mixed martial arts, leaving both her belts and gloves in the center of the octagon as the show came to a close. Whilst this is by no means confirmation of a switch to pro wrestling, it's certainly an interesting development given the recent comments regarding WWE. Perhaps a possible switch can be made smoother given the recent merger of WWE and UFC, with there maybe being a transfer of contracts, although only time will tell what the future holds. Last month, former IWGP Women's Champion Mercedes Moné would suffer from an injury during the finals of the tournament to crown the first ever New Japan Strong Women's Champion, with a mid-match decision being made to have Willow Nightingale leave with the title instead. The belief is that Mercedes suffered from a broken ankle during the bout, this when attempting to hit a code red from the top rope, which led to a slip. While Mercedes has now provided an update on her status via her Instagram story, confirming that she has now underwent surgery to fix the issue, with her now on day 6 of recovery. Based on information from multiple medical websites, it could still be a matter of weeks or months until we see Moné back in the ring, with the recovery from broken ankle surgery likely to keep her out of action for 6 to 8 weeks at a minimum. This means we're looking at a late summer return at the very least. All Elite Wrestling have announced a brand new weekly television show, Collision, and I am about to show you how AEW can use this opportunity to build towards the rivalry that we're all craving for.